Hello there. So today we're back in Greenville, and yes, I'm finally back. I was away on vacation for about 10 days. That's why I was gone. I forgot to record videos, schedule them to upload and everything, so it's totally my fault. Hopefully you guys are just excited as I am that I'm finally back, and let's get right back into this by taking a look at the most forgotten car brand in Greenville. Now this is controversial because there's a lot of different car brands in Greenville that people don't drive. People really just stick to driving a lot of the popular car brands like Toyota, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Honda, all those kinds of car brands, and they don't really take into consideration all these alternate car brands or even certain cars from certain car brands such as Jaguar. So this right here is the 2021 Piranha F-Stride or the 2021 Jaguar F-Pace. And the reason I say this is the most forgotten brand in Greenville is because the day that this car came out, a lot of people were all over it. A lot of people were driving it. They were all excited to drive it and everything like that. But in the end, people really got bored of this thing. I think mainly because of the fact that it hasn't been updated in a while. There's only 2 trims available for this thing, while in real life there are a ton of different trims. I think this thing would be a lot more popular if there were SVR trims. If the SVR trim was in Greenville, I think this thing would be more popular. But there's only 2 trims available, and that is the P250 or the P250 Black Optics. And yeah, there's some cool colors available, like this Rio Gold, and there's a blue and stuff like that. But besides the fact that this thing is outdated, it also doesn't drive that good. It uses a recycled car sound from like a generic pickup truck. So that is the first drawback to this thing. But not just specifically this car is forgotten in this brand. The Jaguar F-Type is also in Greenville. That car, I've seen it around a couple times since it came out, especially the SVR trim. Because I used to daily drive that thing, and it sounds absolutely insane, I can tell you that. But after a while, it kind of started dying off, and I felt like when I was driving that thing, I was the only one driving that thing. So, the F-Pace here, we'll start with that, isn't really... It drives good, I will tell you that. It does drive good, and the lighting is really good. For a car this old, lighting is super good. I think it was refreshed like halfway through its life, or the lighting was just always this good, but yeah, it is really good lighting. And the horn is very outdated, but I think it's just the sound of this thing that I really don't like. Again, if the SVR trim was in this game, I would be all over it. But that is just the F-Pace. Let's take a look at the other Jaguars that are in the game. And only the F-Pace, the F-Type, or this is like an XJ, I think. I don't know, that one's an old one, but here's the F-Pace here as I was talking about. So 2 trims, P250S or P250S Black Optics. Those are the only 2 trims available. You have a couple different wheel options, but like, those are the only 2 trims that you can buy for this thing, which is super disappointing, to be honest. There are some cool colors, like I was mentioning, Frenzy Red, British Racing Green, Madagascar Orange, Velocity Blue. Those are cool, and the specs are kind of iffy. 158 mph top speed, 290 horsepower, 24 mpg. That's okay, but it's not really the greatest. And I would definitely, and I know a lot of people who would definitely pick other SUVs over that thing. But then we have the 2016 Jaguar F-Type. And there's a couple different trims for this thing too. The base, SVR, or R trims. The SVR is definitely the best trim here. I used to daily drive this thing, this exact spec. British Racing Green, SVR trim, stuff like that. It was really, really nice. But the thing about this thing too is that the lighting is really outdated. So it's not modern lighting in Greenville standards. It's just overall really bad lighting, I guess you could say. And the base trim, 300 horsepower, 173 mph top speed. the R trim, 300 horsepower. The specs are also all incorrect. And okay, I guess my game is frozen. That's nice. But anyways, let's move on to the XJ here. I'm pretty sure this is 2009 XJ. I'm gonna have to look that up and correct myself. But this thing, people, again, used to be all over just because of the fact that it could beat supercars. This thing has a ton of horsepower. It's supercharged. It sounds good. It looks good. It drives good. And it's fast. It can beat out normal supercars, Lambos, Ferraris, McLarens, everything like that. It can beat all these cars in drag races. But the fact is, people really don't like daily driving this thing is because there's only one trim available, supercharged. And there's only one wheel choice available, 7 bi-spoke. The specs are very good though. 157 mile per hour top speed, 470 horsepower, 20 mpg, rear wheel drive, and 5 seats. That's really good. You also need a luxury pass for this thing too. A $25,000 car, you need a 500 Robux pass, which is pretty insane. Same with this thing here, luxury pass. And the SVR trim, you probably need a sports pass, but for this, you need the luxury pass. And same with the F-Pace, luxury pass. That one makes a little more sense, but the other two, I don't really think so. So yeah, that is basically a rundown of why I think Jaguar is one of the most forgotten car brands that you can buy in Greenville. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button, please consider subscribing. Go join the Discord server, MC Car Kid fan server, link will be in the description and in the comments. That'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.